I will say one thing that I've heard a lot of families talk about is how phones can get in the way of family
Mm,
time. Whether it's having your work phone buzz, or my teens are glued to their phone, or we're just sitting in the same room, so we're scrolling and looking around. Really, it may seem like we're spending time together, but it's really absent time because I'm not intentional and present. And so having a little bit of expectation around phones can be really helpful.
Welcome to Reframe and Reclaim. We are Courtney Huckabee, a psychotherapist,
and Jen Harris, an interior designer
who
who
have
have
teamed
teamed
up
up,
to reflect
challenge,
and reframe your mindset in relationship with your personal belongings. Find the reframe.
start your reclaim.
Welcome back to another episode of Reframe and Reclaim. I'm Jen Harris.
And I am Courtney Huckabee.
It's summertime, and that usually means you're planning family vacations, spending more time with your family. But today, Courtney is going to tell us how and teach us how to make that time more intentional, how to really take advantage of this extra family time. So, Courtney, you deal with clients a lot, you deal with families a lot. How can we start to reframe our thoughts around family time?
I will say that a lot of people think it's summer, so it's just going to be fun.
Mm,
And it actually takes a little bit of intentional planning with that. And I have a few clients who they've really mastered this. And then I have a few clients who are really trying to figure that out. And I'm trying to figure that out too for this summer.
mhm.
It's a time for us to, still work, have fun, do a little vacation. But in the mix of all of it, sometimes it's the same routine and habits. So I'm here to talk about making sure that when we have this extra time,
Mm.
extra daylight, that we are spending that time purposefully and intentionally when we can.
So, what ways have you used this in your own life to help create more intentionality with your family?
I will say one thing that I've heard a lot of families talk about is how phones can get in the way of family
Mm,
time. Whether it's having your work phone buzz, or my teens are glued to their phone, or we're just sitting in the same room, so we're scrolling and looking around. Really, it may seem like we're spending time together, but it's really absent time because I'm not intentional and present. And so having a little bit of expectation around phones can be really helpful. And in my home, we do that just simply around the dinner table. So, dinner table, my phone, my husband's phone, it goes away, and we just spend time talking, reviewing the day. How was your day? What are the plans for the week? Spending time talking with my son because he loves to talk about all the fun
mm.
things, and really making sure we're present and engaging with everyone. So that's an easy one if you're doing dinner time together. 20 minutes, 30 minutes, no phones is a really simple habit you can incorporate at any time of the year.
Love that. Yeah, and I like that it has a clear start and stop, so there's no muddying of the time. Everybody knows this is the expectation and the rule. I like that.
And it's a space too. Like at
Yeah,
this dining table, when we're sitting down eating, phones are to be somewhere else. And then when we're done eating here, then we can go to another room, and phones can be available.
it's like in our book when we talk about creating time boundaries and physical boundaries. So
Space
yeah,
boundaries, yeah.
that's really good.
Yeah, I think another really great thing to do is, try to plan for something like once a week to do together.
Mm.
For us, it would be something on a Sunday. Usually Fridays and Saturdays are times for us to kind of get the house back in order, grocery shopping. But Sunday, we might do like a movie night together. We might do like a fun activity, go to the park if you have little kids, a game night, something like that, where you can do something that is intentional and purposeful time where the whole family can enjoy together.
Yes, so we do that on Fridays. It's kind of our family night. We call it family movie night, but sometimes it's games or board games or video games. And then what we do is we rotate who gets to pick what's happening.
Love
So the
that.
kids pick, and then we pick. And then one thing I like about that is they're getting to have an influence and play and do what they want to do and what they want to share with us,
Yes.
which isn't always what I want to do. but that gives them, that outlet. And then I'm able to balance it. And so if they're like always on video games, I can say, oh, I really want to play this board game, or I just want to relax and watch a movie. So we're able to balance what we do. So we're not doing the same thing every week.
And I like that you have different people in the family choose the activity because that learns a little bit about compromise.
Mm-hmm.
It also helps them to introduce them to new activities
Yeah.
or new things. If they are a video gamer and now they're being introduced to Uno, or maybe they're a board game player and now they're being introduced to charades. So it can be something really great for them to learn new things and learn how to cooperate and compromise too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think also it's really important, I know me and my husband struggle with this, but like making intentional time with your partner,
Yeah.
whether it's time to talk about finances or time to plan the week ahead or just a date night. I think that's something that can be really helpful. And there's a thing called family meetings, which we might have talked about before. But in family meetings, we're setting aside intentional time to talk about things that are important for the family
Mhm.
or in the home. And when you give opportunity for your partner or your child or a space for you to voice your concerns or desires, then it's that intentional time of saying, we're all here listening about it. What can we do to make sure that we're in this together? And that could be a really great strategy for helping problem solve through things, or just making intentional time so those things don't get put on the back burner.
Yes. No, we've been doing family meetings for several years, and it's really helpful, especially like because my husband has a very intense job, so we won't see him usually Monday through Thursday very often. We might see him for dinner and just real quick. But so this gives us intentional time to sit down, make sure everybody's on the same page. There's all these events happening. Here's what's,
Mhm.
the expectations of the week. But not only that, but this is also the time when we like give allowances, and then we give compliments to each family member,
Yes.
and we do bring up grievances or things that need to be tackled at this time. But what else do you recommend besides just those discussion times? Like what do you do in your family meetings, or for clients, what do you have them do?
Well, in that time, if there's a challenge happening in the home, maybe bedtime's a struggle, or maybe, laundry isn't getting done appropriately. It's a time to talk about what the challenges are and then to come up with solutions together. So it can be like a business meeting of sorts for the family. But in that, also, you try to incorporate something fun at the end. And so we start with compliments and, I appreciate you. We're going to I appreciate you picking up your clothes this week. I appreciate you, husband, picking up dinner on the way home. Or, mom, I appreciate you because you're the best mom ever and you're so kind to me, because that's what I want my kids to say to me. But I think it is a really great way to say, I appreciate you, and there's things that we need to address. That way, there's a little bit of positive, and let's talk about these serious things. And then we end the meeting with something that is, what are we agreeing to do this week to help each other or to strategize this solution? And let's have some fun at the end. So that might be, we're eating ice cream, at the end of our meeting, or we're going to watch a show together, or we're going to play a board game. That way it's not always like business like, and you can enjoy some of those quality moments too.
Like family connection time if you don't want family meeting. But I like that
Yes.
you're saying, though, I like that you're modeling your behavior for your kids, like with your spouse or your partner, and you're saying, these are the things we need to work on, or these are the frustrating things, and then coming up with solutions together. So it's not just people complaining and whining. There's set expectations of what will happen going forward. And
And
they
not
can see if it happens or not, and then the consequences, good or bad, of that.
and not finger pointing, like,
Yeah.
you are not doing this, but the laundry's not getting cleaned, or the dishes are dirty and in the sink. How do we strategize this? And letting your children and your partner and yourself add to those solutions, and all trying to do a democratic agreement on what we're going to try together for the week or the 2 weeks, depending on how often you have these family meetings, so that we're all going to be accountable to each other. And I think
Yes.
that's a really good role modeling too, of I'm going to follow the same expectation as my child. And if you're not cleaning up the dishes, or if you're not, cleaning up your laundry, then your children are going to help hold you accountable to that as well.
How do you also tell clients? We have family meetings as one possible strategy. What do you tell your clients who feel like they're just struggling to find any time, right? So it's like the time with my kids, maybe it's the weekends, right? We're both working parents, but on Saturday we have to do the lawn work, and we have to do laundry, and we have to take care of all those adulting things, which
Mm-hmm.
aren't the funnest. How What advice do you give to those clients?
Well, just like we would with anybody who's struggling to find time to exercise or struggling to find time to, get appropriate sleep, is you have to prioritize it. So, yes, the lawn needs to get done, and yes, we have to do those adult things, but this is also a priority too. My family's a priority to hear each other, to talk to each other, to spend time together. And honestly, these family meetings, I like to say 20, 30 minutes. Don't make them 3 hours long.
Yeah.
They don't have to take so long, especially if you have younger kids or if you do have a super busy schedule. Where can I fit 20 or 30 minutes in? And I promise you, most of us can find a little less scrolling time or TV time and substitute that with something a little more intentional that might be productive.
So, is there any research or recommended amount of time you should spend connecting as a family per day or per week?
Well, I mean, yes, you should spend as much time as you can connecting with others, but I don't know the exact numbers, but I would say at minimum, trying to spend at least 30 minutes to 1 hour with intentional connection time, not just sitting in front of the TV together, not just being in the same room together or at home together, really making sure that there's time that I'm facing you, we have eye contact, we're having conversation or enjoying something, doing something together.
So, is that 30 minutes to 1 hour, like with each individual in your family, or just as a group? And
I think
try to,
everybody needs different
yeah.
attention. Younger children might need a little more on one. Older children may not want as much group time or family time. So you can do that based on interests as well. So maybe it's you taking your teenager to baseball practice and the other partner staying at home with the other kid and having that car ride together. And instead of the radio or phones on, we're talking, or it could be even the ride to school. Maybe it's you and the two or three kids, and you're talking together and communicating, having purposeful time, not just here's a screen or here's some music. I need to focus on the road. Yeah.
What about as far as trying to connect with like your partner? Again, you talked about making it a priority, but what's some simple ways? Because I know some parents have young kids at home, or maybe
Mm-hmm.
they're not in a place where they can have a babysitter or a caregiver come in and watch the kids. What do you suggest to them so that way they can build that connection?
Yes, I will say at home date nights can work as well. As a young mom in the past, and also with some clients that I work with now, it's you don't always have support groups, and you don't always have the caregiver to watch the child, or the finances maybe to pay a babysitter and to go out on a date. So after the kids go to sleep, are we, sitting outside together? Are we, playing a game together? Maybe we're watching a movie together, and talking about it afterwards. So I think it's really good to find that time in any way you can, even if it's once a month or once a quarter or once a year, trying to make sure that there is purposeful intentional time together.
Is it also helpful, like, we were saying earlier, to have different people choose? Is it better to have like switching off who plans the date or who schedules time?
This is a double-edged sword,
Okay.
because I hear a lot of women say, I wish my husband would plan more things. But I also hear people say, but that's not what I wanted to do. So I will
Beggars
say,
can't be choosers, ladies.
if you're letting somebody else choose, just like in a family meeting, we're going to be okay with it. But also considering the other person. So if you women love shopping and your husband doesn't love shopping, the date, he probably won't enjoy shoe shopping with you. And so considering those things. Or husbands, if she's not a golfer and you want to go play golf together and she's not enjoying it as much as you, is it really based on what you want to do for fun or what you would like to do together? So having conversations about what is quality time for you and what is not quality time for you can be helpful, because for some people, I'm in the same room with you, we're spending time together.
Right.
And for others, it's like, well, we're playing video games together, this is great. A lot of kids will say, you're watching me play video games, aren't you having fun? And parents are
I've
like,
heard that.
I love you having fun and seeing you have fun, but I don't feel the connection with you because you're glued here and I'm back here, right?
Yeah.
So I think having those conversations of what feels like quality time to you or what's an enjoying activity for you can be really helpful for those expectations and foundation of that time.
So, like most things, it comes down to communication.
Yeah, it's really
That's
helpful to
good though.
communicate.
It does.
It's a
Yes.
helpful thing in life if you talk with others about what you need and feel.
Yes. And what they agreed. Agreed. So, you've given us some really great tips and strategies and things to try. Is there anything else whenever you think about intentional time with family that we need to be thinking
I
about?
think a lot of people think intentional time is the big extravagant things like,
Mm.
the big family outing. We're taking a road trip or we're going to Disney World or we're spending lots of money at this place, and it doesn't have to be extravagant. A lot of the people I talk to whenever I check in with them about like their favorite moments or things that they remember about the week, it's really the smaller, simpler things. For my little boy, if his dad picks him up from school, he's like on top of the world. Doesn't cost a thing except for my husband, being intentional about being there on time or taking time off of work or whatever that is. But I think sometimes like the breakfast pancakes for a sleepover is what I
Mm.
hear from my family. Or when I think back to looking through pictures of family together, pictures are very important to me. So seeing images of people in my family or memories of us together is really intentional, or sharing stories together. So be creative. You don't have to spend a ton of money. It doesn't have to be a very huge gesture, but intentional, purposeful time is what is most important. Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you, Courtney, for all those insights. I hope people, as you're having more time with family this summer, hopefully you're getting more time with your family,
Definitely.
first of all, but you spend that more intentionally. Put down your phone, set some family meetings or family connection time. Make sure you're doing activities that everyone wants to do at some point or another.
Everyone
Sounds
gets
like
to choose an
everyone gets to
activity they
choose
enjoy.
and communicate. That's the big
Yeah,
thing.
yeah. And you might find that you actually do enjoy a video game or two.
Yeah,
I might take up golf. Who
maybe
knows?
so. Thanks again for taking the time to listen to our podcast today. If you think this would be helpful for someone else to hear, please share it, like and subscribe. And if you're really enjoying our podcast, we'd love it if you left a comment or a review. That's really the best way for the algorithm to help spread our message to other listeners. And we're just here to want to help. We just want to help people and share the knowledge we have. So we hope you're having a wonderful summer with your families, spending lots of intentional time together. And we will see you back again next week.
See you later.
Bye.